there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You look at this Colt defense.
And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
12.
On second down, Burrow. It's caught. It's Miller. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
And it is caught.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Here we go. 11, Thomas.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
The Bengals at 5-7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
7 yards there and a first down.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because
pressure gets to him again. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
First and 10. Here's Richardson with it. This pass left side to Downs.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
First down. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 19 Lions.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it.
Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted.
And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
First down pass. Intercepted. The Bengals take over first and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time?
Here we go.
Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
You look at this Colt defense.
They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries.
Here we go.
So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run. That's a positive play for the offense.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Bengals 7, Colts nothing.
On 1, ready? 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas. Stop.
First down, here's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 39 yards there, a big one. Now a chance to make that big play and really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT. Got.
Mixon is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, no, that's a good point.
Yeah, they always wanted to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over first and 10.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And that's going to be incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Ready.
2nd and 10, back to the air with Richardson.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Richardson's throw pulled in by Woods.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw here into the hands of Moore.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
At the Bengals 19-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw this. Now this taken in by Downs.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown.
Josh Downs
from 3 yards out.
And the Colts have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Here we go, here we go.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action. It's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Burrow now off the bootleg. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Richardson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Credit that to the former Texas Longhorn, Joseph Osai, who got in there. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Richardson now on 2nd down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Richardson to the air on 1st down. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Richardson. Left side, he finds Pierce. And they're going to have a 1st down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Again, it's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Richardson out of the shotgun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will knot us up at 10.
so they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Go, street.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Moore, the man in motion. Richardson now going to fake the jet sweep, and he'll throw out play action.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 51 yards on the punt there.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
They're on the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. He's to the 10. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score. Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line, so if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he takes it in for a quick score.
Jonathan Taylor with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Bengals.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First down, Colts.
Ready. 60 average. 60 average. 10 to 11. 10 to 11.
Richardson working from the gun. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
QB sneak, Richardson.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Three.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the second down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me for.
There he goes, left side.
Down the left sideline. And he was finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
11 MT, 11 MT. 12, 12, 12. Side.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Mix it up the middle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
11, 11, 11. Side.
Here's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
That's Akeem Hicks, the towering NFL vet, coming in for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here we go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 74 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3.
19 Lions. Street.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Richardson on 3rd and short. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
A big play there for Indy. 54 yards.
A pickup on the play of 54 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Anthony Richardson.
14 yards.
And the Colts have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Bengals 20. Matt Gay to kick off for the Colts.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Here we go.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Here we go.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Burrow.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down. It's a gain of 7 on 4th and 4.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Here's Burrow.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This is first and 10.
Second pirate, second pirate.
Here's Richardson.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here comes second down.
Cut my team, cut my team. 18, hide here. Let's go.
Richardson to throw it.
And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here. Now Richardson.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
First down, Colts.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's first and 10. Richardson.
And this one is incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Here's Richardson.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end, there he goes, right side. Still on his feet.
And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 61 yards. Coaches love the rack run after catch, especially here in overtime. Took the short pass, turned it into a big play.
And that's what coaches talk about when they talk to their teams about what overtime means. how many big plays have to be made in order to win a ball game, and which play will be the big play. Short pass turned into a long run. Maybe that's the play that they needed to spring a victory.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
81 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Very fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and